Ana Villafane beat out countless young actresses to make her New York debut as Gloria Estefan in the bio-musical On Your Feet. The role is a singing and dancing marathon, requiring this Broadway newcomer to overcome personal struggles to play the iconic pop star, who she now calls a friend. Learn about her breakout diva performance in a high school cafeteria, her hot guy clause for future co-stars.
I consider myself a very brave artist and very dedicated to my craft for, putting myself out there like that and letting, and I'll do anything for this show. So it's really tough, but.
And the new man in her life, adorable puppy Olly, on this week's Show People. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm more happy that I'm here.
I've liked you ever since the day I met you. You had just moved to New York and you were just starting it On Your Feet.
Yes,
and I was
correct.
like, I like this girl. She's fun.
Thanks.
Anna.
Anna is like the...
Talk about this.
Well...
Because I took Spanish in school and I'm really good. I got Villafane. I can do it.
Villafane,
Ana
yes.
Villafane is how I would naturally do it.
Of course.
But yet you tell me to say Anna.
It's Anna. I feel like Anna is my really serious alter ego who flips her hair a lot. Anna. Not to be confused with Hannah, which is the blonde girl that I guess lives inside me that every Starbucks person thinks that I am.
Oh,
because
Hannah.
they're like, Hannah? And I'm like, she's not here. Boo, she's not here. She didn't make it to Starbucks today.
So you feel like Anna's more approachable? Is that what
I
it is?
do. I think Anna is
Okay.
just, I think Anna's the realness,
Okay, I'm going to do Anna then.
Yeah.
Fine. And you've always been Anna?
I've always been Anna.
Okay.
Yeah, or Ana Teresa if they were mad at me.
Okay. Oh my God, you are so fabulous and On Your Feet. And you've been
Thanks.
doing this a long time now. I mean, you're like almost a year and a half.
It's crazy.
Over 500 performances,
Yes,
right?
over 500 performances, which is an incredible testament to every single person in that theater, in that building. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much work goes into this whole Broadway thing. Like when
Right.
you're a kid and dreaming about it and like listening to the Rent soundtrack on the way to school, you're not thinking about the
Was
ridiculousness.
that the go-to, the Rent?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
please.
And you played Mimi at one point.
I did in
Yes.
LA. You just don't realize, or I didn't realize at least, like what it would take to have the stamina to do 8 shows a week and to do the same thing over and over. You go a little crazy, especially when you're not ready for it, because for me it was move to New York and have your Broadway debut. That was all I
Right.
knew. There's
Right.
no like handbook that they give you like, oh, by the way, you need an ENT. You need a voice coach. You need an acupuncturist. You need a massage therapist. You need all the things.
Yeah.
And like
team.
preferably a friend or two. But that kind of comes with the cast, which was lucky for me to work with such incredible people. And you learn and you grow and you figure it out. And Chris Jackson was the one who's like, girl, you just need to go have a muffin every once in a while.
Have a muffin. And did you have a muffin?
Yes,
What's your
a
go-to
gluten-free muffin.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Whenever I find a gluten-free muffin, I'll be like, I'll take one. Yeah.
And you always think of Chris Jackson.
I do actually.
Just have a muffin.
Yeah.
You have to eat the muffins in life.
Yes.
Is that the lesson?
Yes, that is the lesson, apparently, says the president.
Gloria Estefan. Wow. I
Gloria
mean, this is a woman who will now be linked with you forever. And I know that's an
Which
honor
is
to you. That's
absolutely.
That's like the best thing.
I mean, there's such a sense of pride to be on Broadway in general and to be working and doing what we love. But when you're playing an international superstar who happens to be a cultural icon, it definitely raises the stakes. It definitely makes you that much more committed and my discipline, I think, comes more from there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, I don't know, I mean, in the future, I do hope to do other shows and I want to do like a straight play. And I hope Broadway continues to be in my life for the future of my career. But for right now, it's definitely cool to wake up in the morning and realize that I'm doing something that actually makes a difference and that a lot of people can be inspired by. And it's a true story and all of that. And she texted me this morning, so it's one of those things that it's a very, I'm aware and very grateful of how special this moment is in my life. And that's why I'm having so much fun, I think.
What's an example of something that Gloria would text you?
Oh, God.
I'm not asking you to read your text, but I'm just wondering,
I mean,
what's
all
the
kinds of
relationship
things.
like?
She'll just text me out of the blue being like, hey, girl, love you, sending you so much support. And with like 7 million emojis.
Is she
like
big on
the wink
emojis?
face with the little heart thing.
Does she ever use the cha-cha, the salsa girl?
Yes,
Okay.
she uses
I
the
figured
salsa
that'd be
girl.
like a go-to.
She uses, she's all about the heart, the peace signs. She does the flowers.
Okay,
She uses
okay.
the flowers. And so I asked her this morning for the phone number of her mother at that time. But it just kind of dawned on me that I always I always put in my mom's phone number in that scene, and so I want hers. And so tonight I'm actually putting that
that's so
in.
cool.
I know, it's weird. I'm a nerd, so like I was like, hey, I really need your mom's phone number. She's like, what? That was my text this morning.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that. The details.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew there were details in the costumes, and I knew there were details in how you're speaking, and you're really, and your wigs. I mean, the amazing wigs, and but details like that are really kind of cool.
Yeah, there are a lot actually, more than people would even know. Like to the naked eye, watching the show, it all just, it seems like a beautiful masterpiece by Jerry Mitchell, which it is.
Yeah.
But there are so many details that went into it. Both Jerry and Alex Sinalaris, our writer, made sure of that. They wanted it to be very factual.
I love to imagine the day when On Your Feet is playing in community theaters and high schools. And I was thinking about this. Like, it's going to be such a fun show when it gets to that level. And so here's my question for you. There are going to be all sorts of young ladies playing this role.
Yeah.
You've obviously hung out with Gloria a lot. But you also, and I'm sure every time you hung out with her, you were just like sort of staring at her too much.
Oh, I still, to this day, there are things that I'll pick up that I'll be like, oh, you did that with your hand? I'm putting it in the show. Like, it's the craziest.
But are there any like go-to tools or videos people should look at, or like what's sort of important to nail this?
I mean, I would look at interviews. I would look at interviews definitely just to see her manner of carrying herself and of communicating. She has such a specific way of being, and she kind of has a melodic thing to her voice where she goes like this, and it's a little, but it's not a stereotype, you know. So you really want to, if you want to nail it, you gotta go straight from the source. But I mean, there are going to be so many takes on it, and that's the beauty of her, is that she has always made herself so accessible by being honest and being an open human being and being kind of just a real chick who happened to be mega talented and then happened to get super successful.
Right.
So I think any girl who ends up playing this role, if you bring that side of yourself and if you let yourself be vulnerable, then you're going to nail it. And so I'm kind of excited for that too. Like, I'm sure I'll watch
you can
many a performance.
You can go visit productions.
Yeah,
and you can say to the girl, eat a muffin.
Exactly. I can be that person. Yeah, and I can like
Don't
send
forget to eat a
emojis and stuff. Exactly. That's passing the torch. I think that's the beauty of it all, you know?
When you negotiated your contract for On Your Feet, did you demand hot leading men? Because, okay, you started with Josh Segarra.
Yeah.
And going into this, we all had seen his ass. Just look that up.
Which he would gladly, if he would walk in here right now, he would gladly take off his pants.
Oh, he sat here and talked about it. He loves to talk about it. And now you have Hector Rivera, who's making his Broadway debut.
Yeah.
And he's a lot to look at, too.
Yeah. Someone has to do it. And I consider myself a very brave artist and very dedicated to my craft for putting myself out there like that and letting and I'll do anything for this show. So it's really tough, but
I also love just picturing like Emilio being like, no, we need someone hotter to play.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Hotter.
I'm sure. I mean, it just so happens that the talent like oozes out of these people. So, which only then makes them hotter. It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Like, are you hot before you're talented, or are you talented before you're hot?
Right.
Either way, it's a win-win, and I love going to work. It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a little break here.
All right.
But we're gonna come back and we're gonna dig into your past a little bit. I want to know more about Anna. We'll be right back. And we're back with Anna Villafane of Broadway's On Your Feet, and we have a special guest. I follow you on Instagram, and I dreamt that maybe I would get to meet this cutie. This is Olly.
This is Olly.
Look, just
he is.
Show them Olly. I mean, look, you got what? That smile, Olly. I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you.
He's just a baby
so
angel.
Olly is your new baby.
He is.
And
he is 12 weeks old, and he knows exactly how cute he is, but he doesn't really know many other things. He's just figuring it out.
Why'd you get Olly? Have you always been a dog person?
I've always been a dog person,
Okay.
yes. And Olly was actually a surprise. Olly was a gift, which is a big surprise and a big gift to give. But he's cool. He's kind of making it a lot easier for me, actually, because I've been here by myself. All my friends, my family, everybody, like, I don't really have people in New York. Right. And so it's kind of cool to have a little partner in crime, I guess. He's going to be going to the theater on 2 show days. He's starting tomorrow, so I have a little pen in my dressing room, conveniently located for Olly. Everybody's very excited about it.
And tell everyone where Olly got his name.
Well, Olly, his full name is Ollivander. Ollivander got his name after the wizard who sells the wands in Harry Potter.
Yeah, you're a big
Diagon
geek.
Alley.
You're a big geek.
I am a big geek.
Yeah, you're a big geek. And I love that. So you're embracing it. So this is a tribute to, and why that?
Ollivander.
Because you looked at him and you said,
well,
oh my God, he reminds me of.
He reminds me so much of that old guy with the sticks. No, that wasn't it. Actually, I kind of really wanted to name him something from the Harry Potter world, but there were other names that were just too obvious and too weird. And so Olly's like a nice little, you wouldn't know unless like you know.
I have 2 dogs, Henry and George, so I know a lot about dogs. Are you having any issues that you need advice on, or is everything going pretty good?
He just like...
He seems pretty chill.
He's very chill around people.
Okay.
And when you're giving him attention or when he's on me.
Right.
He's like a boy. But then you leave him alone and they're like, ah! It's horrible. And it's heartbreaking actually when I leave him to go do the show. The first time I left him was on Tuesday to go do the show, and I'm just like waiting for the elevator in my building and hearing him. Oh. And I was just like distraught. And throughout the show, like, I mean, I disconnect completely from myself when I do the show. My phone's on airplane mode. You know, I really take it pretty seriously. But in intermission, I was like, I really want to get home and make sure this dog is like okay. I want to make sure he's not having an anxiety attack.
I saw you that night. I was at the show that night.
Yes,
and afterwards you were
right.
like, I have to go home to my dog.
Yeah, and I've never been that girl. I've never had the opportunity to be that girl.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different reality.
Yeah.
Things are changing. I mean, today, I showed up to Broadway.com with my dog.
You can always bring Olly. Olly can come by anytime.
It's
very important though that you make him just ignore the cries. He has to.
That's what I'm
trying
to do. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's okay. He's okay.
But also on Tuesday night when I left him with music because people told me that it was helpful if you leave like noises so he doesn't feel completely alone. And I left him listening to Spanish music. Because in my mind, I want him to be bilingual. So
the rhythm's gonna get him.
Right.
So let's go. So you were raised in Florida, but you were what? Born in Atlanta.
Born in Atlanta. Yeah.
Right.
So I was raised back and forth because my family predominantly was in Atlanta. So for like Thanksgiving and all that, I would always go back to Atlanta. But Miami, I mean, my formative years and schooling and all of that was pretty much in Miami. So I really learned English when I went to LA. I lived in LA for 8 years before
So you were mostly living a life in Spanish?
Yeah, I mean, Spanish at home and then in school. The thing about the trouble with Miami is you can't order a sandwich unless you know Spanish. So so in school even, I didn't go to like the fanciest schools, and there's broken English, there's teachers that don't really know English. So I learned a very interesting form of English, and I didn't even realize I had an accent until I moved to LA, and everyone was like, I love how you talk. I was like, what does that even mean?
Right.
I also didn't know that handshaking was a thing, because in Miami and in my family, even in Atlanta, like everything is like you either hug or you do the kiss or and when I started hanging out with people who didn't understand that, they just thought I was really creepy and really intrusive. Like that girl who doesn't know her like spatial awareness, that was girl. Me.
And you recently posted something on social media about bullying, where you kind of said like, you used to be bullied, and
I was, yeah.
But that people might look at you and go, "Look at this gorgeous woman." What I mean? So talk about that a little bit. Like what?
Well, kids
what did you
don't
go through?
know. Kids don't know what they're doing, and they don't know like they're potentially damaging somebody. But I was different. I always had kind of a long view of my life, so I wasn't always concerned with the immediate. So like in high school, when everyone was like concerned with the parties and all of that, which don't get me wrong, I was totally doing that too. But I always kind of saw a couple steps ahead, and I wanted to be doing this for a very long time, and people didn't really understand that. Like in 4th grade, my class went to watch a show that I was in when I was doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I know you did that.
Yes, which was my debut, really. Okay. Yeah, it was an equity show. When other kids were going to soccer practice, I was going to the theater.
That's amazing.
Which was awesome, and it was how I learned everything. But when they all went on a field trip to watch, then kids get jealous, kids do what they do. And so I wasn't always, it wasn't always a good thing.
Who does she think she is?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I had like certain health stuff growing up. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 7 years old.
Oh my God,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so I was kind of like the sick kid. And again, you wouldn't think, because it's like an invisible illness or whatever, but it's a chronic condition that doesn't go away, and you learn how to manage it, but it takes time to learn how to manage it. So with anything, I can actually pretty much compare it to Broadway, where like you have to figure it out and it's trial and error. I didn't always know how to sing 8 shows a week healthily and in the right way. You figure it out, and you fail epically, and then you get back up and you're like, all right, we're going to do this again. Wednesday night, for the first time in my entire show, which I've been the only person to play Gloria Estefan on Broadway, I fell. Yeah, I tweeted about it.
On social media.
Yes, so I fell mid-concert. There's a big moment at the top of Act 2 where I'm like giving a concert for the first time as like a real artist. And so I'm there like busting out the moves, whatever, and I had new shoes on. They had just switched out my shoes. And I did this one turn, and I just completely on the floor. Like, it wasn't like I tripped, I stumbled. No, I was on the floor, and Luis Salgado, one of our dancers, lunged and grabbed me and picked me up. And the funny thing is, what I really remember, because it all happened very quickly, what I really remember was sitting on the floor center stage on Broadway singing conga from the floor. So I didn't stop singing, which was kind of funny. I'm just sitting there, and the look on my face must have been priceless. I kind of almost wish that somebody was documenting this, but it was pretty embarrassing. And then I just, he helped me up, didn't stop the number, hit my next mark, and then continued on, whatever. And it was cool because the next thing I had to do was a quick change that's like 10 seconds, and then I come back on singing Get On Your Feet. So it was kind of, it kind of worked. Like in terms of thematically, it was great. I fell in conga, and then I got on my feet. And yesterday, at the top of Act 2, my dresser was like, do you want to go back to the old shoes so you can get your head around that? Because yesterday obviously was a very embarrassing fall. And I was like, no, I want to conquer the new shoes the day after. And so I did it. And then that's when I tweeted about it, because there's a life lesson in there for sure. Like, and that's what it's all been with the bullying, with Broadway, with whatever it is, you figure it out.
And you also, what other shows did you do when you were a kid? You did,
oh God.
You did a show that I really wish I saw. What was, you were Grisabella. And you said it was an all-female cast?
I'm obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber. We've talked about this.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
I'm obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
And so am I.
I just want to
as am I.
reiterate
And I know
that.
your dream is to play Norma Desmond.
Oh,
you mentioned that before.
Yes, it's a thing. Grisabella, I was 17 years old, and I played Grisabella in an all-female production.
Why was
of
it
Cats
all-female?
Because I went to an all-girls school raised by nuns.
Right.
Duh.
The school that Gloria...
The school that Gloria Estefan also went to.
Yes.
So there was no theater department to speak of at the time. Now there is.
Okay.
Which I feel very honored and proud that that's a thing.
They got to get you a statue down there.
At least, no. But I did an all-female production of Cats in a cafetorium.
Oh.
So not to
like
be
on
confused
those
with a
pull-out
theater.
bleacher seats, or what were the seats?
A cafeteria with a stage in it where mass was done, where assembly was held, and where we would put on our
and the junkyard.
shows.
Yeah, the Jellicle Cats.
As you know from the vlog, I still have the unitard. It's
it's amazing. Yeah. And you actually got like an agent out of it, didn't you?
That show, my senior year in high school, I actually signed with my first managers because they were in the audience. And they, confronted me afterwards, and they sat down with me and my parents, and they were like, look, you need to be in front of a camera. We want you to go out to LA and see what you can do. In my mind, I was like, no, wait. My plan is to go to New York and try to be on Broadway. Like, why would I go to LA? Like, I can't, there's no way I can be in TV and film. And they just convinced me, and it all kind of worked out exactly as it should have, I guess. Yeah,
because maybe you grew up a little bit out in LA.
Oh, absolutely.
And like,
absolutely. I earned it. I earned it in LA, and then I got here, and it's been this ridiculous fairy tale, and then I'll go back to LA and do the bi-coastal thing. But it's crazy how it all came from Andrew Lloyd Webber.
What do you see happening after On Your Feet? Like, what is your ideal? I mean, you must be sort of thinking about the next thing.
Of course.
And like, what is your ideal scenario?
I mean, my ideal scenario is to get a script that makes me excited and that makes me want to research it and really get into that world at the level that On Your Feet has. I'm lucky that at this age and at this point in my life and in my career, I've already felt that, where I've already felt that, like, I am in love with my character, I am in love with this story, and I'm in love with everything that it has to do with. So the dream is just to keep finding something like that. You know, I want to stretch myself in all different directions. So there's nothing I can't do. There's nothing I can say that I haven't tried or haven't done. And that's the beauty of being an actor, I guess, you know.
Well, we're going to take another little break, and we're going to come right back and do something fun, I hope.
I'm so excited.
We'll be right back. And we're back. And I've stolen Olly. I'm gonna hold on to Olly. So we're gonna play a little game because, as we mentioned, you are like a Harry Potter freak.
I am.
I'm not. I like Harry Potter. I've seen the movies. I love the play. You haven't seen the play.
I haven't seen the
You're
play.
You're probably losing your mind.
I
dying
am
to see
losing my mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to love it. So I know about Harry Potter, but I love that you're kind of obsessed with it. So I want to play a little game that I'm calling Finishing the Sorting Hat, just because I was trying to give it like a little bit of a Broadway spin, and I like Sunday in the Park with George. So I've created this cube.
Got it.
And I want you to hold it.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to mention some people, and you are going to be you are the sorting hat, and you are going to sort them, and then you're going to explain to me why. Okay?
Are they real people?
They're real people.
Oh my God! Do I know who all of them
people
are?
in your life, and
people in my life.
yeah,
oh
and some others that maybe you wish were in your life, or I don't know. Are you cool?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, good. All right, I love it.
I'm really nervous, but I'm ready.
Okay, it's gonna be fun. Gloria Estefan.
Gryffindor.
Why? To explain, you have to explain this.
Oh, well, because she's like a leader. The qualities there are supposed to be like leadership, bravery, loyalty, and I think that she definitely displays all of those qualities.
Okay, cool. What about Emilio Estefan?
It's tough because he's on the cusp of Gryffindor and Slytherin, but I'm going to put him in Slytherin. I want to make an announcement and take this opportunity to say that Slytherin is not a bad thing.
Okay.
Historically, it's been like a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing.
Some bad people have been in it.
Right.
Right.
But, I mean, that's life. Look, Slytherin, because he's cunning, he knows what he wants, and he's going to get it, most likely.
Okay. All right. Hector Rivera.
Oh, I'm torn between... I think I'm going to put him in Raven... No, he's in Hufflepuff. Okay. Hector Rivera is Hufflepuff because he is the sweetest, most charming, he has the best intentions for everybody. And he's like just in his own little world about it.
Okay, somebody you admire. How about Beyonce?
Oh my God.
So stressful.
Wow. She's... I mean, I would say I'm going to put her...
You have trouble catching your breath when you talk of her?
Yeah, I do, clearly. Well, I think she's like headmistress, like on the DL.
Okay.
She's like, if there's a wizarding school in America, she probably actually is the headmistress and we just don't know.
Oh my God, can you imagine if that were true? Wow.
You heard it here first.
She has her own Hogwarts?
I think that's what's going on, actually. I think that's like what really is happening. I'm going to give her Ravenclaw because she's a boss, and Ravenclaw is the only house that has a woman as the leader of it, Rowena Ravenclaw.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm going to put her in Ravenclaw because she's just a queen.
I wonder if she ever even thought of this. I wonder if she's ever wondered which house
If you're watching,
I'm sure she
girl,
is.
come
Why
see on
wouldn't
your
she
feet.
be?
I love you.
What about someone a little closer to our world, Kristen Chenoweth?
Oh my God, you're really, I'm like...
I love how seriously you're taking it.
I'm going to text her after this about this.
It.
Oh my God. God, that's a hard one. Kristen Chenoweth.
That's hard?
She needs her own house.
Oh, okay.
I think Kristen Chenoweth needs
her
own house.
What would that be called? Just the...
I mean, I don't know, but I'm seeing a lot of bubbles in it. You know, she needs her own house. But for now, I'll put her in Gryffindor.
Okay.
I'll put her in Gryffindor. But I'd like to start a petition for Kristen Chenoweth to have her own Hogwarts house.
All right, I'm into that. Yeah, sure, why not? Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo. I'd say she's Slytherin too. I'd say she's Slytherin. Again, gets what she wants, knows what she wants. And like, that's a train, man. Like, she is a beast. I love her. I know. She's amazing.
Doing a marathon.
And who does that?
Tony's and she's doing a show and winning.
Girl, way to make everybody else look bad. Like,
come on, girl.
I'm going to say what all of us are thinking. Girl. No, she's amazing. I would put her in Slytherin, but for all the right reasons. Like, she's there with Emilio, like on the right hand of the father. Like,
another person I know you admire, Penelope Cruz. Right? Have you met her?
Not yet.
You will.
Not yet. I'm obsessed with her. I'm going to give her Ravenclaw, too.
Okay.
Vicky Cristina Barcelona is like my all-time favorite movie. And I want to be you.
That should be like a musical, maybe.
That could be a really cool musical.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, why not?
Could be cool. Another person a lot of people watching this love, Ben Platt. Do you have any thought on Ben Platt?
Ben Platt, Gryffindor. Ben Platt's a Gryffindor.
All right.
For sure. I love him. He's amazing. We text all the time. He has the most incredible energy about him, and I love him. I can't wait to engrave his Tony for him.
Is that really something that are you responsible for engraving?
No,
Tonys?
but I volunteer as tribute for that particular one.
Here's another person you might be able to engrave a Tony for. What about Bette Midler? Do you like Bette Midler? Are you excited? She's on. Oh my God! You put the box down.
Bette Midler is one of the reasons why I even got into this. There are a few specific people and performances that I attribute to making me want to be an actress, and Bette Midler is one of them. And the fact that we have the same job, everything. Okay. She's just First Wives Club, Beaches. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But Hocus Pocus, I'm sorry. The whole I Put a Spell on You situation in Hocus Pocus was everything.
Yeah.
Bette Midler is queen of the world. She's in Gryffindor. I can't believe we have the same job right now. It's insane. My goal is to watch Hello Dolly. I need to watch Hello Dolly. It's going to be probably a spiritual experience for me. I'm going to be crying.
And she's a block from you.
Yeah, she's a block away from me.
Working and doing
the same
crazy.
job. That's not a thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's in Gryffindor.
Do you have any thoughts in general about Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh, my future ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, that one. I thought Chris Pine was your future. Yeah.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Okay.
This is future ex-boyfriend. I say it very specifically so that people don't get it twisted and so that people don't think I'm cheating.
Okay.
Future ex-boyfriend.
Future
I don't know what order.
Okay, so where is Gyllenhaal?
I'm going to put him in Ravenclaw.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put him in Ravenclaw because he just seems like the kind of guy who can deal with that.
Uh-huh. Okay. You into the beard? Do you like the beard?
I'm into everything.
It doesn't matter.
I'm into it.
Matter. How about Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Oh my God. That's a hard one actually. He's somewhere between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff actually. So I think that's a tough one.
Okay.
I think he's both.
Okay.
But he can be both. Let's be real. He can do whatever he wants.
Anna Villafane.
Anna Villafane.
Have you ever thought about this? What?
I have.
Okay, I'm sure you have.
I have. The problem is that it really depends on the day.
How about today?
There are moments where I'm 100% Slytherin.
Okay.
And there are moments where I'm 100% Gryffindor. But I have my Hufflepuff days.
Okay.
So
how about today? What do you feel like
today? Today I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Today I'm a Hufflepuff because I gave myself kind of the day off-ish to just come here and be chill and organize my life at home and play with Olly and go to the gym.
I'm sorry I stole them.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's temporary-ish. I'm not sure. I hope.
Temporary, yes.
But yeah, today I think I'm giving a Hufflepuff vibe because I'm kind of laying low.
Now I don't know if you can do this, but do you have any thoughts on me? Because I know nothing.
I'm gonna give you Gryffindor.
That's a good thing.
I'm going to give you Gryffindor purely because nobody with that hair could be in any other house. That is winter hair. That is, since the moment I met you, I'm just in awe of your hair and the consistency.
I'm in awe of your hair.
Thanks. This is going to work. I love it.
Well, thank you so much for playing that.
Thank you.
I really love your nerd side.
Yeah.
And I love
it's a big
I love
side.
that you're a hot nerd.
Thanks.
Because you're a supermodel, but then you're a total nerd. It's kind of awesome.
Thank you. I'm actually really proud of you for making this.
Yeah.
This is a really cute.
I'm glad. Well, we're out of time. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for bringing Olly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for letting me pose with him.
Yeah.
He makes everybody look cuter.
He really does.
Just
it's
being
the
right
best.
there. And everyone, if you haven't seen On Your Feet, Anna Villafane is still there, and she's spectacular in the old shoes and the new shoes.
Thank you.
Conquering the new shoes. She's a block away from Bette Midler. Everything's going good. I'm excited to see what's next.
Me too.
I hope there's more Broadway. I hope there's more
there will
LA
be
stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, I hope
Don't
there's
you
more
worry.
Instagram photos of this guy. All that.
Just for you, I will.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, my love.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.